What we're going to do today is we love to tell the story. Why are we doing this? It's really important to our local economies, to our corn growers, to our ethanol plant partners, the why. And that's what we're going to do today, is have that tour and talk about why this project is so important to the future of agriculture, both in the state, but also the region.
Floyd County is actually very pleased to be able to participate with the Summit CO2 sequestration project. We see this as an exciting next step of getting more value out of the kernel of corn that we're processing. As you tour today, what you're going to see is a facility that once we have our CO2 sequestration, we truly will be producing about 9% of our ethanol as a zero carbon intensity or a zero CI fuel.
Each of the fermenters has its own cooler to take that heat out. Anytime you make beer, there are two products that are made. One is ethanol in the beer, and the other is CO2. It's just a standard yeast that eats the glucose and spits out CO2 and alcohol. So that CO2 we capture. And so the scrubber, all three fermenters, we capture the CO2, and same thing happens on the other side, the traditional ethanol plant. All of those CO2 is mixed together, and that is what will go to Summit with the blower into the pipe. So we will capture 99.9% of all of the CO2 that we make. Today, we are capturing all of our CO2, and this building has a big blower inside that takes that CO2 and pumps it to our neighbors, Reliant, and they condense that and they make dry ice and liquid CO2. But this process will be changed. From here, we will go northwest of here. That's where the compression station is going to be for Summit. And from there on, it will go into the pipeline, which will go northwest. Okay. On the right-hand side, these are our cooling towers. All of the energy in the process, we take those vapors, condense them, cool the water down, and it goes right back into the process. And this beer well, it has about 550,000 gallons of beer, very potent beer, about 19% alcohol in it. Yeah, with all the beer around, you can't drink it, but it's around. From here, then we go into the distillation area. We strip the alcohol in the first column, and then we concentrate it in the second column to 190 proof alcohol, 95%. And after that, it is not possible to distill the remaining 10% water only by distillation. So then we have to go to the three vessels.
We just finished a $18 million project, 2 brand new dryers. We'll go in, look at those, first level and second level.
We just installed early this year. We bring the wet cake from the process. It goes through the first dryer, and then we take some moisture out, about 70% solids. Then they go to the next dryer, and then we take it down all the way down to 10 to 12% moisture, and that feed then comes out and goes through the cooler. It's normally about 175 degrees or so. Then we cool it down to manageable temperature, and then it gets picked up and goes out to the barn, where then it is cured for a few hours, and after that we are ready to load into the trucks. The pretty standard ICM dryer system, 2 dryers, and taking the moisture out in 2 steps, ultimately making 90% solids, 10% moisture. And this is the high protein feed, about 40% average protein, that go to specialty dairy market. So all of the vapors, all of the impurities, then they go and get destroyed in the RTO, and then the clean air goes out into the atmosphere. So a normal DDG with 40% proteins and roughly about 10% moisture. The fresh product is coming on one side. We let it cure for a few hours, and then John moves it all to the side, and this is the pile ready to go into the trucks. Yeah, this is the feed that is going into mostly all dairy.